Populations and Resources Unit, Lesson 2.2, Energy Storage Molecules. Activity 2, Setting up the Yeast Experiment. Energy storage molecule, a molecule that organisms can use to release the energy they need to survive. Based on what you read, what do organisms need in order to reproduce? Organisms need to release energy from energy storage molecules to reproduce. Key concept: organisms need to release energy from energy storage molecules in order to reproduce. We know from the article set that we read in the previous lesson that reproduction is hard work and requires a lot of energy. Organisms get this energy by releasing it from energy storage molecules. This is evidence that organisms are releasing energy from energy storage molecules when they reproduce. When energy is released from energy storage molecules, these molecules are used up, so the level in the tank goes down. Energy storage molecules. Carbohydrates. Examples include sugars, like glucose, and starch, and fats. An energy storage molecule is any molecule that organisms can use to release energy. There are a lot of different types of energy storage molecules. You might be familiar with glucose, which is a specific type of sugar. Glucose is used to release energy during cellular respiration. Energy storage molecules also include fats and carbohydrates like sugars and starch. All of these different types of energy storage molecules are broken down by the body and are used to release energy. Energy storage molecules such as starches and fats are too large to pass through a cell wall. When the body needs these larger molecules, they are broken down first into glucose, which does pass through the cell wall. Once inside a cell, this energy storage molecule can be used, along with oxygen, by the cell to release energy. Energy from energy storage molecules is used for other purposes, not just to make reproduction possible. Even when an organism is completely still or asleep, it needs energy and releases it from energy storage molecules. This is because all movement and change requires energy. This includes processes that are happening all the time, like a heart beating or an organism's breathing. We will set up an experiment using sugar, an energy storage molecule, to learn more about how energy storage molecules allow organisms to release energy in order to reproduce. We will study the effect of sugar on yeast. We are using yeast because it is a living organism that reproduces quickly and it is easy to keep in the classroom. The yeast we are using is the same yeast that you can use to make bread. We will test the effect of giving the yeast a lot of sugar, a little sugar, or no sugar. The goal is to find out if these differences in the amount of energy storage molecules provided have an effect on how much energy the yeast can release, which would affect how much the yeast can reproduce. Yeast experiment setup. Instructions. Place the following amounts of sugar in the cups. Cup A, none. Cup B, 1 pinch. Cup C, 1 teaspoon. 2. Place 1 tablespoon of yeast in each cup. 3. Add 40 milliliters of water to each cup. 4. Use a wooden stir stick to combine the mixture until it's completely wet. Step 5. Set aside the experiment to observe later. We will return to the experiment to observe results after the next activity. End of activity.